Namaste sir. We are students from Bharati Vidya Bhavan's Public School Vidyashram, and currently we are working on the Wipro project on sustainability and waste management. We just like to ask you a few questions about your organization, how it handles waste and how it is energy sustainable, basically. Okay. So my first question to you is, as your role as the Deputy Executive Director, what are your biggest challenges you face in ensuring industries adopt sustainable waste management practices?
So Namaskar, my name is Anand and I welcome all our young students from Bharati Vidya Bhavan Vidyashram for visiting IGBC's headquarters, which is India's first platinum rated building, inaugurated by His Excellency Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Sahab on 14th of July 2004. So we in IGBC always welcome more stakeholders, especially young students, to come and visit our center. And this center is being conceived with the ancient Indian ethos. How do we design, how do we construct in harmony with nature? That is how the whole thing started. So here we in IGBC are encouraging the resource efficiency. Since you asked about waste management, the whole Western world may treat waste in a different way, whereas the Indian way of there is nothing called waste is our Indian proverb, correct? Nothing called waste in nature.
Yes.
What I consider as a waste becomes a resource for somebody else. So that is what we are doing for several thousand years. So we in IGBC, what we do is, here we segregate, when the building was coming up in year 2001, how all the waste, be it steel, cement, concrete, blocks, false ceiling tiles, all of the cut pieces, how it is segregated, reused within the site, and then repurposed, or if it carries a price tag, if we are not able to use it, how it can be sold in the market so that it doesn't land up in the landfill.
Yes.
Because getting a land for a school or a home itself is becoming a tougher situation in a city and a towns. So we cannot ask or demand for a land to dump the waste what we generate. So that is how the IGBC's whole approach is. How do we bring back the ancient ethos, rediscover our own Indian ethos, like 5 elements of nature, Panchabhutas, all that is being discovered by our own great grandfathers thousands and thousands of years ago. So how do we do this? That is how we do it. So we have brought in a lot of awareness. We have brought a lot of awareness in engaging the stakeholders, engaging the entire common man in order to segregate waste. We do many things. It's a multi-pronged approach. One, we have a rating program which encourages the building projects to go greener way, handle the waste. Number 2, Hyderabad hosted the world's first green property show, bringing in common man to our forum, which also sensitized on waste. Third, we go to the school children, young engineering college and architecture students also, to highlight about these elements of sustainability, including the waste management.
Okay, sir. That's fine. Sir, as a leader, how do you balance the expectations for businesses with the need to meet environmental goals? Because mainly businesses would be focused on profiting rather than conserving energy or looking out for the environment, basically.
So we in IGBC, when we formed in 2001, we have ensured that every green building project, whether it is a school or a commercial office or an IT park or an infrastructure project like Hyderabad Metro or a data center, when they adopt our rating program, they consume 40% less energy, 50% less water consumption, and it gives a better places for people. As you would have seen in this office itself, it is amply lit by the daylight, more fresh air comes in. So when you are building, when you adopt IGBC's rating program, even in an existing building or a new greenfield project, you are able to reduce the energy by 50%. So reduced energy consumption means you have reduced the energy bill.
Yes.
Reduced water consumption means reduced water bill. So it hits the bottom line. So your building consumes less energy, less water means it enhances the profit. More than that, you are providing a better places for people. Nobody will say good to providing a good place. If you are walking into school, the school is completely daylight, fresh air comes in. Daylight and fresh air are the best sanitation a school or a hospital can envisage, correct?
Yes.
Apart from that, when your buildings consume less energy and less water, it automatically enhances the profit.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay.
So in fact, we have coined the word green makes business sense in 2001 itself. So that is the reason many people we are able to, it's a wallet friendly also. Even in small house, you may have come from 1,200 square feet an apartment. So when you adopt IGBC's rating program, your house consumes less energy and less water. So your monthly bill, what you pay to the society or the electricity board, comes much lesser. So it is a wallet friendly actually.
Yes. Okay. Sir, so what kind of difficulties do you face between, like, when you're coordinating with multiple stakeholders and even if it's with the government or any industry on sustainability issues?
See, when we started in 2001, though I only mentioned that we have 1,000 years of legacy on this green 5 elements of nature, the 21st century has thrown up an enormous amount of challenges.
That's true.
So how the buildings come, because there is a huge demand for the buildings, including the factories, manufacturing facilities, then the infrastructure projects, roads, airports, and all of that. So it is already started putting more stress on the fragile environment. So that is the reason we wanted to bring in more and more holistic approach in sensitizing people. So we brought more and more awareness amongst the people. Every 15, that is the reason we open up our office to everybody like you. One, how do we bring in awareness? People earlier had a lot of apprehensions and myths. Green buildings will be costlier. These materials are not available in India. This is not affordable. Even if it is available, it is not affordable by me. So that is where we in IGBC have brought in more and more awareness in organizing seminars, sessions, inviting more young people like you as well as the stakeholders to visit our office. Then we started working with architects, engineers, material manufacturers to manufacture more and more green materials. Today India has 12,000 plus IGBC certified Green Pro products, be it a cement, steel, concrete, adhesives to or even a material like jeans pant what you wear. All of them are IGBC Green Pro certified, which consumes less resources. So these products are available in every citizen of our country and every nook and corner of the country. So one, we have brought in more awareness. By 12,000 products available, the affordability, now the cost has come down to 2 to 3%.
Yes.
If you are constructing a new green home in Hyderabad today, it has costed 18% more in 2001 for our own building. Today it is only 2 to 3%. So the more and more young people you start asking, when your mom and dad are going to decide to buy a house, you ask how green is your home or is it a green home. So more and more demand creates, the prices will come down.
Sir, so when you say how green is a house or how green is a building, what exactly do you mean by that?
So as far as IGBC, the Indian Green Building Council is concerned, when we develop a rating program or when we encourage or inspire stakeholders to adopt our rating programs, as I said earlier, it revolves around the 5 elements of nature. The rating program talks about number 1, how are we handling the site related challenges? As you would have seen in our own building, the moment you landed at our reception, before I welcome you to our building, the rocks, which are all million years than whatever the language you and I speak, they will welcome you. So Hyderabad is not only known for biryanis, pearls, Golconda forts and Charminars, it is known for the natural rock formation.
Yes.
So here, how do I handle the site? How do I handle the site related, be it a rock or a flora or a fauna or a tree or a greenery, how do I retain it when I construct it? Second is on water efficiency. If you have gone to IGBC headquarters men's washroom, you would have seen the waterless urinal. India's first waterless urinal has been installed here. Third is on energy efficiency. How you orient the building, how you bring in high performance glasses, high performance wall, all of them aligned with the climatic condition and the dress water you and I wear.
Yes.
So that our energy bill comes down by design. Fourth is on materials. I can get the tile closer to Hyderabad, or take it from all the way away from northernmost point. So how I can regionally source materials.
It's also been reused.
Reused all of the material and resources. Fifth is on indoor environmental quality. At the end of the day, why are we constructing a house or a school or an office? It is for the people.
For the people, yes.
So we not only IGBC rating program not only encourages energy friendly, environment friendly, it encourages people friendly design and materials. So that is how IGBC rating program brings in site related concerns, water efficiency, enhancing energy efficiency, enhancing the material resources. Last but not the least is providing a better environmental quality for people.
Sir, lastly, from an executive perspective, what support or policy changes would you like to make in your role in driving sustainability easier? So, sir, as from an executive perspective, what changes would you like to put in your role for making sustainability drives easier?
See, in my opinion, going green is the only way forward. Because every city and every town you would have seen there is enormous amount of growth happening on every sector. So though India is blessed to have enormous amount of resources, but still how do we handle the resources in a very eco-friendly, sensitive way is very important. So how do we, the development is going to grow multi-fold. So development and protecting environment are the two sides of the same coin. I cannot say that we will keep on developing without taking care of the environment. That is also not good. At the same time, if I take care of only the environment, if I don't develop also, that is also will become a problem. So, environmental impacts are to be taken care. There are enormous amount of design techniques, materials and resources, cutting edge futuristic technologies are available to achieve both. That is what we call it as a sustainable development. So, development is going to stay here. But all the development should be in harmony with nature. That is how the entire life is. Since you asked a very specific question as an individual level also, what is in my control only I can control. So many of our colleagues and many of the stakeholders and many young students like you who has come here who are all committed on green. They don't use plastic bags, they don't use a plastic spoon. As far as possible, they try to use the public transport. So initially it may be some inconvenience will be there. Getting into a car and bike on your own, you can roam around, it is easier. When you wanted to use the public transport, for example, metro station may not be so close to you. But there are many ways, so whatever you start like this. For example, many people who have come here, after that they started wearing organic clothes. They stopped using individual cars for a week in a month. It may start like symbolic.
Yes.
Then once they started seeing the benefits and the kind of benefits for them as well as for the planet Earth, then they stick on to that and then they further take it as a habit action.
So it become a habit.
Yes, over a period. Thank you very much. We wish all the Bharati Vidya Bhavan Vidyashram students all the very best for the particular project.
Thank you.
Namaskar.